G'day. Just thought I'd talk to you about a few common questions that people ask around, I guess, the front of the van area. First up, obviously there's a few different things connected here. So we've got our Anderson plug. So I've got an Anderson plug that's running from the back of my car, which is supplying the 12 volt feed into your DC to DC charger inside the van. So the 12 volt comes in here from your vehicle and gets boosted by your battery charger, charging your batteries as you drive along. It's a great idea. Some cars have a smart battery charger, like mine. But look, I've actually disconnected the shunt on the Nissan here, so you're actually getting a full feed of your alternator all the time. So that's just something to consider. The other cable you got here is actually a trailer plug. So this here is providing power to, one, your electric brakes, two, your lights, your indicators, and your actually brake lights on the trailer. In case you haven't noticed, you don't have reverse lights. Most trailers don't have reverse lights, so that's just providing power to that. This one here is called your breakaway system. So the breakaway system is required for any trailer that weighs more than 2 tonne. This is connected to the brakes on the trailer, and this cable here runs down underneath to the chassis of the vehicle. So in theory, if all this disconnects, it pulls this little pin here, and once this pin gets pulled, that activates a little solenoid in here which lock the brakes on in the trailer, so it's a safety feature. So your breakaway system is supposed to be connected just by that cable. It's not supposed to be connected to your chains, or it's not supposed to be connected to your tow bar. It's actually supposed to be connected to the chassis of the car, but make sure it's connected somewhere. The other thing I've got here is a DO35 hitch. Some of you may have. The other thing I've got here on this hitch is the DO35. So for those who've got a DO35, I'll just show you how that works. So basically that's locked in place at the moment. Now if I pull that lever back by pushing that button and pushing this assembly back, that's unlocked it, so I can actually jack it up and take it off at this point. But to lock it, simply push that red button. You'll hear that loud noise. And quite simply, we just put that over the top. This is here like a dust protector. So if the cover doesn't go over and seals off like that, then it isn't locked in place. So that's another added feature. The last thing I want to talk to you about was chains. So chains should be crossed. Right? There's no law about it, but technically they should be crossed, and that's quite simply that if this trailer does come off for whatever reason, the two cross chains can act as a cradle to actually hold this assembly rather than it bearing into the ground. So just remember that. The chains that came with the Tanami, well mine were very long. I have to cut the chains, but they're actually huge. The only other things we got here is your handbrake. So I never trust a handbrake totally, but handbrakes obviously should be off when you're towing, and they should be on whenever you're hitching or unhitching the van. I always use a wheel chock as well, but that's how you activate the handbrake, and that's how you disconnect it. The last thing we've got up the front is obviously our jockey wheel. Ours came standard with the ARC 750, which is a really good thing. So it's fully adjustable at different points up and down, as well as by winding it up and down with the wheel itself. And obviously it goes up into from vertical up to a horizontal spot. I always put an extra strap on there as well when it is stowed for travelling, just in case. But that's it for the front. Hope that answers a few of your questions that have been asked on the forum. Cheers.